Aloha, my oi, my friends. Thank you for joining me again today in our studio. Today, we're learning Pili Kapekepeke, the hula that you got to see in our last video. That hula was a lot of fun to film, and it's also a lot of fun to do. So I'm so happy that I get to share it with you. It might feel a little bit strange, some of the motions, some of the footwork, but as you continue to practice, you'll become better at it. So please be patient with yourself, take your time, rewatch this video as much as you need so that you can learn how to do this hula with finesse. So from the very beginning of our hula video last week, you got to hear the song and that intro time where you see me walking, playing ukulele, a little bit of lip syncing with the music. That time you can use as an entrance when you perform this song. Coming onto stage, and as soon as you are on stage, starting to engage your audience, making eye contact, raising your eyebrows, giving a little smile, and drawing your audience into your performance, into this world we're going to create with this awesome hula. From there, the very first movement we see is the movement that will tie all of our hula together. The words are Hemea Pili Kapekepeke, which means love is a fickle thing. And the motions are, our hands are gonna pull up from our waist forward in a diagonal placement, hands facing up, as if you're presenting something. Hemea Pili Kapekepeke. After that, we're doing this little shrugging hug motion, and our feet at this moment, we're going to the right. You're gonna step with your right foot, point with your left, diagonally, bring it in, and pop. When you pop, what you're doing is you're lifting your heels, pa, and spreading your knees. At the same time, pa. That motion's called lele uehe. We're gonna be doing it a lot, so keep practicing in it. And from there, 1, 2, 3, pa. We're going back to our left with the ku'i. Ku'i is a stomping motion with our feet. We're gonna stomp, and right after the stomp, we're sweeping up our opposite foot. We're gonna do 2 of those. So nice and slowly to our right. Hemea Pili Kapekepeke. So our 2 stomps, kind of in time with our 2 shrug hugs. From there, we're doing an ami around the world. Ami is this circular motion with our hips. As we do that circular motion with our hips, we're stepping 4 times. Once to the front, once to the side, to the back, and to the other side. So around the world, being our body fully spinning during our hips rotations 4 times. One more time, nice and slow. After this shrugging hug and ku'i, 1, 2, we're gonna step right, hands out. Next one, hands in, crossing across our chest. So 1, 2, 3, out again, and 4 at our chest one more time. Nice. Until there, if you need to, rewind a little bit, practice that motion one more time. We do this motion at the end of every verse because it's basically our chorus. Alrighty, so right after our chorus part, you see there's a part where there's no music or no singing that we have as a vamp. In Hawaii, that's what we call it, a vamp, just an open space. And we're gonna do a little filler motion. So our right hand, we're gonna pull from center to the right while we do the kaholo. Kaholo is the most basic hula step, which is just a side step. Left, right, that is the kaholo. You keep your knees bent, but besides that, very simple. So we're going to our right, kaholo. When we go back to our left, what we're doing, we're gonna slap our thighs, and then we're gonna do our ku'i again, this stomping motion. The hand that goes with that, we're gonna be pulling from the ground up. 1, 2. So again, nice and slow through that vamp, because this is also repeated several times. Going to the right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Nice and simple. If you need to, keep practicing that. When you're ready, on to the next one. First verse. First verse is the verse about our hummingbird. So the motions that you're going to see are very relevant to the motions of a bird. So from the first verse, our hand and our right foot are going to be out to the side. From there, pulling up toward our right angle, and then we're going to pull it in. When we pull it in, our left hand will drop down to about center of our abdomen, right hand at our mouth. And this is as if the wings of our bird is pulling in the food that they're eating. And then switch, left side repeated, left out, left angle, pulling in, right hand dropping, and then uehe. Uehe is just a simple popping with our knees, lifting our heels. Similar to the lele uehe, but without the extra steps. So again, nice and slow, right, angle, pop, switch, left, angle, pop. Nice, very good. From there, we're going to be walking diagonally to our right, nice and slow, with our hand, left hand, next to our eye, right hand from that left hand, extending out. So 1, 2, 3. When we get here, we're going to do a little sweep kick with our left foot, and then return. 2, 3. Not too difficult right there. After that, our bird is going to be picking nectar from the flowers. So our motions, we're going to be doing our uehe 4 times. Step, pop, step, pop, step, pop. Nice and isolated. We're not moving any direction, just staying in place. And our hands will be going, picking nectar, picking nectar, picking nectar, picking nectar, bringing that nectar back. From our right, we're kind of starting off at a right side placement, left angle, right angle, left side, to show that we're pulling from all these different flowers. We don't want to be pulling from the same ones because we're a hummingbird. We're free to go through all the flowers. That's the meaning for trying to get from different directions. After this motion, along with our uehe, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we're going to turn diagonally to our left, clap. We'll go from out, in, switch. Left hand out, in. And we're switching our angle at the same time. Let's go through those 2 motions really quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, clap, out, in, switch out, in. Good. We're doing a slight ummi on those angles. Next, we're going to do ku'i, but our body is facing to the side. And our ku'i will be going backward. After our first 2, facing right, you're going to sweep around to the back side, facing to your left, and then again repeat 2 ku'is. Our hands during that stomp are going to be left hand out, right hand just picking at our arm as if we're cleaning up the pollen from our wings. Because we've been eating so much, there's pollen all over our feathers now. We want to be clean, so we're picking off all the pollen. 1, 2, switch, 3, 4. From there, we're gonna do a figure 8 ummi. This one might be one of those that you might feel a little bit strange doing. We're gonna keep this side angle slightly diagonalized, and we're going to push forward, left, forward, right. Turn again to our other right angle, forward, left, forward, right. So this hip motion is one that many people feel a little bit uncomfortable with, but if you continue to practice, slowly getting used to it, you'll become a natural over time. So again, in that diagonal, down, pushing forward, side, forward, other side, turn, then forward, side, forward, side. And after that motion, we're gonna do our chorus, the Pili Kapekepeke, aloha. From there, repeating the first verse right away. And after the repeat of the first verse, you're gonna do our chorus again. Pili Kapekepeke, aloha. And then into the vamp. Dun, 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 ba, ba. So after our repeat of the first verse, you do the chorus and the vamp. From there, we're going straight into the second verse. Number 2. Our second verse is about fishermen trying to catch the fish. If you've ever fished before, you know sometimes it can be really difficult to get a hold of the actual fish. So fish are our metaphor for love life. Love lives are very difficult to get a hold of sometimes as well. So in the second verse, we're starting off swimming. We're out in the ocean. Our first motion, we're gonna turn to our left, and we're doing a ku'i, but a little bit modified. So instead of kicking in, like we've been doing up to this point, we're actually gonna be sweeping across. So it's a little bit of an outward kick, forward, and then outward kick back. So that's the modified ku'i. After our outward kick, we're actually slapping our thighs, going forward, and then slapping our chest, coming back. And then from there, we're swimming in the ocean. This nice little breaststroke motion as we walk forward. After that, we're gonna turn back to our right, do the sweeping ku'i again, forward, back. This time our left foot sweeping forward and back. And then we do our thighs, chest again. From this time, we're not gonna swim, but we're actually catching our fish. And we're making a little bit of a basket with our left arm. And as we go forward, scooping with our right hand. Like as if we're trying to get the fish into our basket. Nice and simple, but let's walk through it one more time. So to our left, 1, 2, swim, 2, 3, turn, 1, 2, catch the fish. So 1, 2, 3 on that basket. From there, we're gonna keep our hands in this position. And next, we're gonna walk backwards. So if you're at home and you have a little bit of clutter in your house, make sure you are careful, clear up your space. Don't want any tripping because we're gonna be walking backwards. We're walking backwards in a circle. So you're keeping the basket and you're trying to catch these fish that are all around you and put them into your basket. So 4 times, you're gonna reach out, grab a fish, put it into your basket. As you do 1, 2, 3, and 4 steps around backwards. So from there, we've got some fish in our basket and we make the motion of the waves, the ocean that we're in, kind of lifting our left arm from shoulder to fingertips. We're doing a little bit of a wave and then alternating with our right hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On that third step going back, we're gonna do a little bit of a drop because the ocean is not steady. If you've ever been on it, you know there's that rocking with the waves and we're trying to recreate that in this motion. So 1, 2, 3, 4. From there, because the ocean is rocking us, a fish gets out of our basket. So we're gonna be recreating the motion of trying to hold on to that fish. If you have good motion with your shoulders right here, what you're trying to do is alternate your shoulder lifts, left, right, and hugging as if we're trying to hold on to our fish. As we do that, we're gonna step forward diagonally to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just this little alternation with our shoulders. It might look difficult, but it really isn't. If you have some trouble, take your time, go slow, and as you get that feel with your shoulders, slowly speed it up, right there, okay? So our fish is getting away, we're trying to hold on to it. From there, it got away, and we're looking for it, it's gone. So we're doing a forward step, really simple, and with that, right hand out, left hand out as if we're looking for it. Both hands at our eyes and out. It's gone. And again, after our second verse, we're going to be doing Pili Kapekepeke. Repeat the verse again without the vamp. And at the end of the repeat of our second verse, one more time, our chorus, Peke Peke, Kakea, Loha, and vamp. 1, 2, 3, stomp, stomp, and then into verse 3. Now, for verse 3, these metaphors that we've been learning about our hummingbird and the fish are being applied to our life, to me and to you as individuals in the real world. And the beginning of our verse, we're going to be kind of reusing the motions from our first verse. So again, right foot and hand out, angle, but this time, instead of bringing it to our mouth, we're going to keep our left hand here, and we're bringing our hand up to our head, as if we're thinking. And then next, left side, out, angle, and again, to our head this time. So this is the third verse, to the head. First verse is to our mouth. From there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to be making the silhouette. We're thinking about love and we're imagining this beautiful person that we see in front of us. So as you make this silhouette with your hands, you're going to be doing a ka'o with your hips. Ka'o is just the swaying left and right. It's a little bit complicated, but again, with practice, you can do anything. So what we're doing, as we lift our left foot or our left hip, we're also lifting our left heel here. And then we're alternating. From there, switch. Our hips are going to even out, and then lift our heel, lift our hip on the other side. Nice, slow alternations between heels and hips. If you need to, just stay right here. Continue practicing this motion. Lift, switch, lift, switch, lift, switch. There we go. As we're making our silhouette, that is the motion that we're doing with our feet and our hips. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 counts. From there, we've imagined this beautiful person that we want to be in love with, and it's creating stars in our mind. When we think about someone that we're so attracted to, our imaginations are bright, full of love and happiness, joy, and that's what these twinkling hand motions are. You're just making little pops with your finger, one by your eye and one up above, from forward to side, forward to side. Our feet, as we do that, are stepping right foot forward and then back. When you step forward, you're going to drop a little bit. So bend your knees. That way we have this level change. Forward, side. Level change, forward, side. After 4 counts that way, we're going to clap. And then our feet are going to do the same thing going opposite. Left foot forward, drop, back, forward, drop, and back. But our hands this time, after our clap, we're going to go from out, making this fluttering motion as if like from the first verse that we were doing. But this time it's 2 hands and slowly coming in over our heart, because this love sickness that we've been caught with is making our heart so dum 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 dum. Ooh, we feel that butterflies in our stomach, that jitteriness, right? So clap, 2, 3, 4 to our heart. From there, we're going to reach from our left hip out to our right angle with a lele uehe, slight lele uehe. 1, out, in, pop, switching directions. Now from our right hip, presenting to our left with a lele uehe. And then, this beauty that we've fallen in love with doesn't love us back. And we're doing our figure 8, Ami, again. But this time, we're making as if we're being rejected. So our right hand first will be no, 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 switch, no, no, no. So we've been heartbroken. And that's why we go back to our chorus. Pili Kapekepeke, aloha. Love is a fickle thing because love can be beautiful and love can be heartbreaking. So we go through our third verse, our chorus, we repeat, and then we vamp. And after that, we're at our finale, the fourth verse. Until now, we have been repeating the same motions 2 times. But for the finale, because we've learned so much to the dance, there's going to be slight differences between the first and the second versions. First of all, from the beginning of the first 4th verse run through, we're going to start off with our right arm out, going to the angle, but this time when we come in, both hands up to our mouth, as if we're telling a story, because we want to spread that. So 1, 2, 3, and don't forget the uehe. Switch, left side, out, angle, uehe. After that, similar to the first verse, our handle's here at our eye. This time, it's going to be at our ear, because we're telling the story and we want everyone to hear it. Our right hand will go from our ear out with our 3 steps, the slight kick, and back. Okay, not too difficult up to there. After that, we're gonna talk about the hummingbird again. So we're gonna do our picking pollen motion. So right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from there, our clap, out, in, switch, out, in. Good. And then after that, we're going to our fish shimmy shoulders, and we're doing right step, up, left step, up. From there, we're gonna put our hands out as if we're looking out, right out, left out, both in, and then out. The first time through, there's a little special part that we're gonna do. In the song, there's a hoo-hoo singing in the lyrics. At that point, we're gonna dance along with the words and just do this double shoulder shrug. So after this, 1, 2, 3, hoo-hoo. Just shrug your shoulders, and you can give a little bit of eyebrow raise or a wink at that point if you like. Make it your own, feel out the vibe, and throw something in there that you'd like to throw in. So right there, we do our hoo-hoo. From there, we're going to our chorus. Pili Kapekepeke, aloha. Then we do the repeat. The second round though, we're gonna change a little bit. Most of it is the same. We're gonna still start off, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, still going to the ear, and back. From this point, we're gonna change the next motion. Instead of doing the hummingbird, now we're gonna go to our third verse, where we saw the stars in the eyes of this beautiful person that we saw, and it made the butterflies in our stomach and in our heart flutter around. So from the beginning again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the second round. Going out, come back, and then stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, clap, butterflies in our insides. From there, we're gonna do the fish shoulders again, the shimmy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to this, 2, 3, and out. The second time, we're not gonna do this shoulder shrug because it doesn't include it in the song. But the first time, you have that moment where you can shine. You can make it your own. So don't forget to do that. After that, we finish up with Pili Kapekepeke, a.k.a. We do it twice at the end. So one more time. Pili Kapekepeke, a.k.a. At the very end, we're gonna vamp. 1, 2, 3. 2 hand, slap our lap, and then we're gonna turn and do this little scooping clap on our thigh, lift our leg, and shaka. You got this little one-legged pose at the end. So let's finish that vamp one more time. 1, 2, 3, dan, dan, shaka. And that's the end of our hula. Did you have fun learning it? Because I had a lot of fun sharing it with you. If there was anything difficult or if you have any questions, please don't forget to comment below so we can make another video to help you out, or if we can, just send you tips in a direct response to your comments. We're always coming out with new content, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you get notifications when our new videos are out. Thank you for joining us today, and until next time, ahui ho, jane. Pili Kapekepeke, a.k.a.